Hello and welcome back to the channel, everybody. My name is Dark Sage Walker, and today we're going to be doing Chaotic Buster, which, as you can see, I'm already set up for it. Yeah! Hey, Dark Sage, why are you already set up for it? That seems odd. Well, you see, that is because as I was going through the run, and I only had a short amount of time before work, so I didn't necessarily have the time to redo it, I ended up getting pushed into a wall and stun-locked by a series of Wind Knights, so, yeah. Just a little bit of that happy fun time failure on my behalf. But if I were to base the run off of what I was experiencing with what I had built before that point, I would say very strong run, and that is for a good number of reasons. First of all, with the Chaotic Buster, it's because it uses the charge mechanic. It actually gets very, very reliable just because it charges up so quickly because, obviously, it's already enhanced. But beyond that, it's also the idea that with the Chaotic Buster, you've got a series of smaller projectiles that actually radiate off of the primary projectile, as you can see. What that does is it allows it to hit one enemy multiple times and just really keep up some pressure. Now, I say that, but it still does have a small area of effect, which to me makes it a better charge arcana than Ball Lightning, because Ball Lightning only ever hits one enemy, unless it's the enhanced, like, signature cast. So, it's got all that going for it, but on top of that, I think it might just be one of the most damaging spells. Like, well, I'm going to say most damaging signature casts out there. Now, how does that compare to other high damage smashers like Obsidian Cascade and Tracer Barrage and I suppose, yes, even Spiraling Typhoon, as much as I'm loath to admit it. We got anything good here? Yes, we've got the watercolor palette. And we have the upgrade to Fiery Yo-Yo, always nice. Yes, blame the idea that I got kind of beat up in that room on the idea that I am running a ranged build in a very small one very small room. One very small, very spiky room. Alright, and that was the... I did that purposefully so I could demonstrate something for you guys. The first thing I wanted to demonstrate is if you do that thing where you hold the Chaotic Buster and let the dark splinters just fly off and do their thing, it lasts indefinitely when you're doing it off of a signature charge, but also if you get hit during that signature charge, then the whole thing goes away. So it's a very interesting mechanic that has very, very limited usefulness. Like there. It actually had usefulness there. I'm surprised. I probably could have just held it out in front of me and killed the guy that way, but... Oh, there you are. This fool just hiding behind a pillar. You can't fool me by hiding behind a pillar. Who do you think you are? Well, I think we definitely grabbed that, and we definitely grabbed that. And we had just enough stopping power to hold off two groups of enemies at the same time. Oh, hello. Oh, okay. Well, now my lack of spending power is definitely kind of biting me in the butt. Owie. Now, you might be asking yourself, Dark Sage, when Ball Lightning only hits one enemy and you get upset about it, how come you're not getting upset about the idea that Chaotic Buster also only really works well on a single enemy? Well, very simple answer is, it does have that area of effect blast at the very end that works well against multiple enemies. But even with that considered, yes, that is one of its weaknesses, is that it is much better against single targets than it is against groups. But don't let that be the whole story about this spell, because it's still a powerhouse of a spell, with the idea that it has hits that do just good damage by themselves, as well as heavy multi-hit potential. It's a spell that actually works well in most builds. To say nothing about the idea that it's a chaos spell, so the damage is only resisted by one freaking enemy. Good bird. He's just a little excited. I've been at work all day, so I come home and he's like, "That's my buddy. I want to play." And yes, I want to play too, but I also feel it's a good idea to get some recording done. Oh, who am I going up? Okay. Obsidian Cascade is a maybe. Same with Magnetic Breaker. Alright, that actually worked out kind of nicely. So, here's what we're going to do. Let's go ahead and grab Magnetic Breakers. Go ahead and give that to Nocturne and see if we can't get a couple of lucky drops. I would particularly like something water-based that would work against Zeal. You know, like that. Actually, here's what we do. Excellent. Gotta admit, those drops are feeling pretty spicy. Ooh! Well, now I feel kind of bad for not taking the Tears of Midas earlier. Hey, got anything good for me? Ooh, actually, yes, you do. Oh, that did not work out well at all. Megalodon Tooth is definitely pulling this weight this time around. And on the point of work, I will say that today was not very eventful. Sorry, don't really have much else about that. It was just another day at work. I guess you could say that falling into a groove isn't really the worst thing that can happen. It just means that unless something really nuts happens at my job, I don't really have many fun anecdotes to share with you guys about what's going on there. It's just... It's just my job, really. It's not like when I get to come home and, you know, make videos for people who actually give a shit about what I'm doing. It's that I can get down with, but, you know, work? It's just work. Okay, so I think I want that and I want that. And we will, of course, build up a little bit more wealth as we go along. And I say no thank you to that. And we leave. Oh geez, another piece of the Midas's vault. Alright. Well, don't mind if I do. Oh, if only I had that in real life. It's like, oh, multiply my working wages by 25%? Well, in that case. No one needs to know about it. It's just, hey, you sure you don't need someone to stay late? Alright, build is looking very promising here. Then again, I said that about the last one and ended up getting cheap-shotted by a bunch of wind knights, so I guess we'll see if it happens again. For what it's worth, it was in one of those small rooms where you don't have a lot of room to maneuver, and one of them just hit me with that, like, matter of fact, it's a very similar scenario to what we're seeing right now. Alright, no PTSD, because... what? I hate you from over here? Oh, I guess the shadowy sparks flew through the wall. Nice, but not necessary. But yeah, they ended up hitting me with their wind blade, which of course has knockback against you, and that pushed me into a corner, and well, the rest, as they say, is history. Now, if you were to ask me who they are, I would say the super secret society of historians that, you know, writes all the books and shares all the information. Except for the stuff that they don't want you to know. You know, them. Darksage sounds unhinged. Should we really listen to what he has to say? Now, I'm obviously, after saying something like that, you might be, you know, questioning whether or not my mind is in the proper headspace, and to that I would respond with, I don't think pineapple belongs on pizza. Your move. No, I'm not a crazy conspiracy theorist, so you have nothing to worry about in that regard. No, about the craziest thing you're gonna hear out of me is about how much I like zero sugar cherry 7-Up. And if liking that is wrong, then I don't want to be right. Okay, that could have gone better. And it didn't go horribly, but I mean, I could have also not missed. And there we go. Beautiful fight. And to you horrible wind knights, I say, eat my ass. Oh, and just in case that whole pineapple on pizza comment actually, like, ignites some sort of, like, silly fight about it, I just like to point out that, no, I don't really care. If you want to put pineapple on pizza, hey, have at it. For what it's worth, I've put apple on pizza, just regular-ass apple on pizza before, and it was delicious. But I do not expect everyone to have my same tastes. Hey, Darksage, what does this have to do with Chaotic Buster? Well, Chaotic Buster will tell you that pineapple definitely belongs on pizza, so... Why would it tell you that? It is chaotic. But then again, there are plenty of other figures that might tell you that pineapple belongs on pizza as well, like, you know, Shabriri. That dude would definitely put pineapple on pizza. Stop the ferry. I think we can stand to drop the gum and pick up the pen. Ooh, Wabbajack. That guy would definitely tell you that pineapple belongs on pizza. But in his case, he would be saying it just to see how you react. Like, that's all he really wants is your reaction. Let's make that donation. Healthcare card. Man. It's alright, you know what? I tried. And I think that is the most important part, is that you generally aren't going to go wrong donating to Dr. Saul. Now, I don't have the ability to look at the, IDs and parameters of the projectiles. So I think what you just saw there is the idea that Chaotic Buster is made up of many projectiles, and that's why I was able to chew through the enemy fireballs so readily. Cecil's just having a field day over there. Okay, you guys... I've had enough of you. I think that's enough lollygagging. Let's go fight the boss. Wait, what's up here? By the way, in case some of you are wondering why I tend to spend so much time wandering around on the maps, I just really like exploring. Like, that's one of those things where even though I really like Vampire Survivors, I can't get down with the, ilk of games that have come out that are super similar to it, because that's one of the things that Vampire Survivors does so well, is that there actually is stuff to explore around and find on the map. But so many of the survivor-likes, as I call them, and I think as a lot of people call them, that's something that's missing from the formula. They don't let you do a lot of open exploring. Like, there's actually things to find in Vampire Survivors. Like, as much as I love 20 Minutes Till Dawn, I think what really did it for me with that game, because there's no exploration, it's the idea that everything is so skill-based in that game. But yeah, a lot of these other Survivor-style roguelike games, they haven't really been doing it for me. Like, I tried out Sky Survivors not too long ago and just got really bored with it, really. So I'm hoping that when they finally come out of early access, games like Soulstone Survivors and Spellbook Demon Slayers kind of scratch the itch that I'm looking for. In case you're wondering what this has to do with Chaotic Buster, blame it on Wabbajack. That guy will have me talk about anything. But really, it's just because I think what you're seeing with Chaotic Buster is pretty straightforward. Like, it has a lot of the same use cases as Ball Lightning, but it just does so much more. Like, yes, its area of effect is limited. I flat out admit that. But because it has even any area of effect at all, I still find it to be infinitely more usable. Like this shit, where I can just hold the spell and just leave a looming trap for my enemies. Okay, I was gonna try to show off and finish them off by just holding the Buster in front of me, but that ended up not working out. Owie, owie, owie. I don't appreciate your shenanigans, sir. We'll just do that. Oh, hey, you got anything good for me? Kind of. Hold on. You know, honestly, I'm pretty okay with what I have right now. Like, I don't feel like I need the Tattered Scroll. And obviously, I've gotten up to plus 13 with it as it is so far. Why break from that? It's working pretty well. There we go. I took a lot of damage on that floor somehow. Guess that's what happens when you just don't pay attention. And you let Wabbajack tell you to talk about, you know, Survivor-style games. And there we go. No shock assault for me, thank you. I'm just gonna take my 1,000+ gold and go buy other toys. which incidentally is about the amount you need to buy a PlayStation 5 Pro. Hi, what the hell were they thinking? Did Wabbajack tell you to talk about that too? No, that just pisses me off. That one was my own idea. There we go. I don't need it. Oh, hold on. Just because I can. Alright, well, I definitely think I made up for my poor performance earlier this afternoon when I tried to record the first time. Those Wind Knights got nothing on me. Look at that, even though he resists the spell, it's still doing so much damage. There you go, he went to use his own chaotic busters. And there we go. That was a sound victory. So thank you guys very much for watching. I very much appreciate you coming in and spending your free time here with me today. The one thing that I will say additionally about Chaotic Buster is that even though it doesn't have a large area of effect, it does just so much damage with so little downside that I say it's definitely worth trying out. There are other Chaos signatures that I prefer to this one, but it doesn't mean it's not good. Like, this is just a nice big condensed ball of destruction and hatred. And I think that deserves a look just for that. But that is it for me. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope you have a beautiful rest of your day. And I will see you in the next one. My name is Dark Sage Walker, and you take care of yourself.